The Marlins have been fascinating. They are tied for the league lead in walk-off victories. They lead the league in blown saves. They've been very good lately. Heath Bell with us now on 790 The Ticket. What's the last month been like for you, Heath?
The last month? You mean the month of May?
Yeah, just May. Since you've been with the team.
Yeah, the month of May has been really good because we're winning games, we're playing as a team, we're joking around, and we're building some unity here.
How about for you personally?
You know what? The end of the month has been a lot brighter than the beginning of the month. For the simple fact is I've gone through a slump and starting to come out of that slump and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
What do you think the problem was?
I don't know if there was necessarily one problem. I think it was kind of a domino effect. I think a few things hit and then more hit, and occasionally that does happen. Over a course of a 6-month season, you don't go, oh yeah, remember his April? He stunk. Oh wait, but we talk about him winning the World Series and stuff like that. We never talk about the beginning. We always talk about the end. So, you don't really want to dwell on what's happening in the beginning of the season. If Albert Pujols goes out there and hits 40 home runs this year, nobody's going to go, well, April, he stunk. And they're going to talk about that all year long. They're like, well, he had a little slow start, whatnot. But he went out and proved, what he could do.
Have you ever had a rougher stretch?
Than what?
Than the beginning of this season.
Oh, yeah, sure. I've had a couple times in the minor leagues. I've been through really bad seasons, and, I've had way worse than I've been through this time.
Yeah, that would work. What has been, Heath, the lowest moment for you on the field this season?
Oh, the lowest moment on the field for me. Probably when I blew my first save opportunity in Cincinnati. They haven't been that low.
You got booed here. Has that ever happened to you in a major league uniform before?
Oh, yeah, I've been booed. I've been cheered. I've pretty much done a lot of things.
So but at home?
Oh, yeah. One of my first 3 years in New York, I've been booed a lot there when I was in New York.
Heath Bell with us on 790 The Ticket. What do you make of this stat? Because when you were on with us this offseason, we mentioned that late last season the power numbers were down, and you pointed out to us that you had an injury and that the power numbers were down at the beginning of the season, but not toward the end of the season. What do you make of this statistic that this season you've thrown 55 fastballs in the strike zone and gotten 2 swings and misses?
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool?
I don't know. Could you do it?
No, I couldn't do it. But
well, then I think I'm 2 pitches better than you.
But do you make anything of that stat? Because that's not how you pitch. I mean, you're a power pitcher. That's usually not. That's not the way that you pitch.
I've never been a power pitcher. I've always been a pitcher to go out there and pitch. I've always been able to throw all 3 of my pitches for strikes, and I was never considered a power pitcher. I was never considered a guy that threw 100 miles an hour, 98 miles an hour. Yes, I can throw at mid-90s, but if your mechanics are off a little bit, you're not going to throw as hard. And my speed hasn't decreased from the past years or so. And the thing is, there was a couple of things going on mechanically that were cleaning up and pretty much solved with my legs and my hands and my arms and all that good stuff. And for whatever reason, I created some bad habits, but, I think it's pretty cool for the simple fact that you can't do it and I can.
Well, of course, but I would hope that you can do it. I mean, I'm not
You're being paid $27 million to do it.
I'm not paid millions of dollars. I mean, actually, okay, if we want to do it that way, you're paid. They could pay me nothing to not do it and pay you $27 million to do it twice.
Okay. What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just wondering how it is that you felt about it. That it seems to be, is the number an aberration? Is it something that's going to be corrected? Because you're a guy, you've
well,
always...
it's one of those things. It's plain and simple. Like I said, are we going to dwell about the very beginning of the season in November and December? Are we going to look back and go, man, we're going to really talk about that first month? No, let's talk about the whole season. Whole season is not over. and it's going, let's go? Or should we talk about how the Marlins are tied in third place all year long, and we just talk about that, but not the chance that we have a chance to win more games and possibly get to the playoffs and possibly win a championship? Are we going to talk about that stuff, or are we going to talk about what's happened in the past?
Well, no,
or are we going to talk about stuff that are going to happen in the future and then talk about things that are going to happen now? You guys ever had a bad show? How many times that your viewers think maybe you've had a bad show and you've had a great show?
Every day is a bad show. But Heath, the
why is it a bad show? You guys get paid, so you guys get paid for a bad show every day? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
So basically, the company that you work for is paying for a bad product.
Oh, we're thieves.
And I don't believe that.
Oh, yeah, we're thieves.
I'm wearing a ski mask right now.
Well, you guys are being sarcastic right now, so I'm just throwing a little sarcasm at you. For the simple fact, I'm just asking you.
Well, no, it's fine. But Heath, the problem is, the future's not the story right now. What you've done here in the first month, that's the story. We're supposed to ask you about what you're going to do in August? No, it's about what you've done already.
Okay. It's all right to have a bad day and show up tomorrow and be all happy and cheer and that we can win today, this and that, and not motivate my teammates and stuff. That you don't see in a box score.
No, you don't, but we started the interview by saying you threw a scoreless inning last night. That had to feel good. It seems like you're making some progress here. So I don't know what type of line of, what line of questioning were you expecting today?
Normal questioning. I don't know what line of question that you were guys going to ask today because, I've thrown a couple scoreless innings.
And we acknowledge that, but you haven't been good for most of the season, and we're just asking you why.
Well, you didn't ask that. You didn't say, hey, you were just leading in, and the first couple questions you had were like 3 or 4 words, and it was just a dry sentence, and then I would elaborate on it, and it's just another dry sentence, and is that the way these questions are going to go?
We are. I promise
you. Sure doesn't sound like it. You're rooting for me?
That's not fair, Heath, because we're rooting for you, because if you're good, this team's going to be really good.
Well, guess what? I feel like I'm doing very well. I think the club's doing very well, and so am I, and you're talking to me while I'm doing very well. So this is pretty much who you get. It's just one of those things that I'm very real. I'm going to tell you like it is, and, yes, I have stunk.
Well, good luck. We will be rooting for you. That's the truth.
All right. Appreciate it. I got 2 new fans.
Thank you. You already had us as fans.
You had us as fans.
Thank you, Heath.
And I didn't lose 2 fans. I'm great. I still got those.
Thank you, Heath.
You guys have a good one.
You too. All right, that was comfortable.
This is the Dan LeBatard Show.
All criticism welcome here at 790 The Ticket.
With Stugatz and Hartman.
All right, what do you got?
Dan, this is what I don't like about you. You pick and choose what is right and what's wrong to talk about. Either talk about it all or shut up and don't talk.
Let's try the show where you don't talk.
This is 790...
Hamburg.
The Ticket.
People calling us a lot of names.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm confused.
So am I.
Mike Ryan just walked out in the parking lot to have a secret meeting by phone with Marlins public relations people that may or may not be unhappy. He just walked out into the parking lot to have a private conversation he wouldn't have in front of me.
I'm guessing there's no may or may not. They're unhappy. I'm just guessing.
This might be the rudest interview I've ever heard on your show. You're better than this. See you guys tomorrow. No longer listening. You guys stink at radio.
Well, that's true.
I'm legitimately confused. It wasn't polite. But you're out of your mind if you think I'm going to ask him about his 1 scoreless inning instead of the 6 weeks of baseball that made him lose his job.
I tried to butter him up with that 1 scoreless inning, but here's the thing, Dan, and you're right, and really, I love our listeners, and I love the people texting in, but I hate to tell you guys, you're wrong on this one. He has a 9.24 ERA and has lost his job, and he's being paid $27 million, and we're not supposed to ask him why he's been so bad?
And here's the thing. If he comes on, and we're just throwing in powder puffs, hey, Heath, tell us about that scoreless inning. And just ask him question after question about the scoreless inning.
You're killing us the other way.
You're going to ravage us. Like we didn't do anything there. I threw out a fact. That's a fact. 55 fastballs in the strike zone, 2 swings and misses. Kind of alarming for a power pitcher who averages more than a strikeout per inning in his career. And his response is, that's cool. That's 2 more than you can do.
It's crazy, Dan.
Well, he did. He threw a fact back at you.
Well, that's true.
He did.
That is true.
He did.
That is 2 more than I could do.
Like, I'm convinced he came into that interview with some sort of agenda.
Oh, he absolutely
There's no
did.
question.
But I think he thought we had an agenda, and no one here did. In fact, he happens to have had a very bad start to the season. He doesn't think so, but he happens.
He thinks so.
No, he told us that he thinks he's doing well.
Well, now he thinks he's doing well.
I mean, an ERA of 10 with more blown saves than anyone in the big leagues, he doesn't think he's doing well. What did we do wrong there? According to you, the audience, he took a flippant answer to what I thought was a legitimate question. 55 fastballs in the strike zone, 2 swings and misses. That is alarming from a power pitcher.
He closed you is what he did. He closed.
5 miles an hour.
His first save in forever.
5 more miles an hour. Let's play that for Tim Kirch.